Worst date. This is a classic. Went out with a girl called Ruth, right? And we went on 4 or 5 dates, all going well. And yeah, I was about to meet some of her friends. She was going to meet some of my friends because we'd just been on dates, just the 2 of us. And my mates arrived, and I said to Ruth, "Oh look, my mates are arriving. Guys, this is Ruth." And she went, "It's June." For like 3 weeks, I've been calling her the wrong name. I mean, that's a classic, but yeah, that one didn't last too long. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, we got married.
Okay, so I went on my first Tinder date. This is bad. This is bad. The guy kept getting up to go to the bathroom, so I thought, oh, maybe he's on drugs or he has diarrhea. I'm like, what's happening? I start scrolling, you know, you check in on Tinder, you could see when they're active. He was active on Tinder in the bathroom as he was on the date with me.
That's awful.
That's bad.
Did you leave?
No, I had such little respect for myself at that time that I stayed. Yeah, and I got wasted with him.
Oh, by far. I went on one Tinder date around 4.5 years ago. I was with some buddies. We were in Mexico. So I'm all jealous because they're like talking to like Mexican chicks on Tinder, like real, you know. We're like, oh well, let's meet up with them. So I make a profile. I start talking with this lady, San Diego, right? So I get there. I'm waiting at the bar restaurant for her, and in walks this woman who looks vaguely like the woman that was in the pictures. She took those pictures maybe 15 to 18 years ago, and at one point she had the audacity to ask me after we had a couple of drinks, "Do I look like I do in my photos?"
Who asks that?
Well, she knows she didn't. And so I was like, yeah. And whenever you know, answer with that really high pitch, you know it's a total lie. And so, like, I'm really uncomfortable. I start drinking too much. I'm obviously not going to drive back from San Diego to LA at this point. So she invited me to stay the night at her place, and I fell asleep on her couch with her 2 pugs, one by my ear here and one just like along my torso area, guarding me, totally guarding me. And that was by far the worst dating experience I ever had.
You have good answers.
I meet this guy, and he asks me out, and we go out a couple times. We're maybe on like our 3rd date. He also ran into a parked car on our 1st date. Oh, he also got arrested on one of our dates. What? This is not even the bad date, right? and
yet you continue to go out with him.
Date him.
Okay.
Very nice guy, by the way. And we go out, we get drunk. There you go, I used to get drunk. And I'm like, you know what, come back to my dorm, just sleep here, like, you don't want to drive.
Yeah.
Because I'm good about that. It's 5 in the morning, we go to sleep. So I'm in bunk beds, because this is a dorm, right? So we're up on the top bunk, and my roommate is right here. And I wake up at 6 in the morning, about an hour later, to my roommate screaming and the guy on the floor. It turns out he had tried to get out of bed.
Yeah.
And like, because we were up, he like fell and hit a lamp, which woke her up by hitting her in the face. So that's how she woke up. And we're like, hey, are you okay? And he doesn't respond, and he walks over to the closet, and he puts his hand on her closet. We have those open closets. And he takes out his, and he pees all over her clothes and yoga mat. And she runs out, screaming. He leaves. He's like, what? He leaves. Girl and I, like, I'm like, I will wash everything. I'm like washing her yoga mat in the communal showers. And then I get a call later from him, and he's like, hey, I know you told me to get out, and like, that, you know, don't call me, I'll call you. But like, what happened? No. And he had no memory, to this day has no memory of it. We dated for 2 years. He's a sweetie pie. Hi, you know who you are. You're a great guy.